Christine McVie, the British-born Fleetwood Mac singer, songwriter, and keyboardist whose calm, soulful singing voice helped define such hits as You Make Loving Fun, Everywhere, and Don't Stop, has sadly died at the age of 79. So, how did she pass? What have some of her band members said? Also, what are some of her best songs? Let's take a look. First up, in very sad news, Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac recently passed away. Christine McVie, a Fleetwood Mac member, has recently passed away after a brief illness. According to her loved ones, one of the most popular bands ever, the British-American rock group was formed in London back in 1967 and has managed to sell more than 100 million records worldwide. Dreams, Everywhere, and Go Your Own Way are some of their most well-known tracks. It is with a heavy heart that we inform you of Christine's passing, her family wrote in a statement. After a brief illness, she passed away quietly in the morning of Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, at the hospital. Now, despite the group's hectic past, Christine and John McVie, Mick Fleetwood, along with Lindsey Buckingham and of course Stevie Nicks, formed the iconic group Fleetwood Mac, who also happen to be one of the most famous rock bands of the 1970s and of course the 1980s. Rumors, perhaps their best known album, was released in 1977 and quickly rose to the very top of the charts thanks to singles like Secondhand News and You Make Loving Fun. The album also featured several multi-platinum songs and sold more than 40 million copies globally. Songbird, one of the band's most well-known songs, along with You Make Loving Fun, Oh Daddy, and Little Lies, which were all written by singer-songwriter and keyboardist Christine McVie. Now eventually, McVie left Fleetwood Mac and then released another album in the meantime in 2004. She then waited another 14 years to record a follow-up solo album. The musician published Songbird in June of this year, a compilation of songs from 2 of her previous solo albums. Also, it should be noted that she was one of the 8 band members honored in 1998 with induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So as you can see, McVie is a true icon. So what made McVie such an icon? Christine McVie, the vocalist and keyboardist for Fleetwood Mac, passed suddenly on November 30th at the age of 79 after a brief illness. A little backstory. McVie was raised in Smethwick, close to Birmingham, with her mother, a clairvoyant, and her father, a concert violinist and music professor. She was born Christine Ann Perfect in Booth, Lancashire in 1943. At the age of 4, McVie started taking piano lessons, and she continued to study music heavily throughout her childhood. She eventually enrolled in sculpture classes at Moseley School of Art in Birmingham to become an art teacher. McVie was a member of numerous blues bands, both while she was in school and after. She then wed Fleetwood Mac bassist John McVie in 1969, and a year later, she became a member of the group. McVie frequently left and rejoined Fleetwood Mac between 1980 and 1998, and in 1984, she issued Christine McVie, her second solo album. Then, for the On With The Show tour in 2014, she got back together with the group for the very first time in almost 20 years. Lindsey Buckingham and McVie then collaborated to record Lindsey Buckingham, Christine McVie in 2017. Together, the two promoted the album on tour that year. Furthermore, some of Fleetwood Mac's biggest successes, such as Don't Stop, Hold Me, Little Lies, and Over My Head, were written by McVie, who will always be remembered for these. As you can see, Fleetwood Mac and the music industry lost a legend. Also, former bandmates Stevie Nicks and Mick Fleetwood have now paid tribute to their former band member. Her old bandmate Stevie Nicks left one of the many tributes that was very heartfelt. In a heartfelt handwritten statement for McVie, she didn't even realize she was ill until late Saturday night on social media. We were advised to wait, but I wanted to be in London and I wanted to get to London. So ever since Saturday, only one song has been playing over and over in my head. I'm singing it to her right now because I believe I might be able to do so. She added in the note, I always knew I would need these words one day. The song in question was Hallelujah by the rock band Haim, which was written about a friend's passing and the memories they shared. See you on the other side, Nicks wrote in a tragic final line of the letter. Mick Fleetwood, McVie's other former bandmate, also paid tribute. This is a day where my dear sweet friend Christine McVie has taken a flight and left us earthbound folks to listen with bated breath to the sounds of that songbird, reminding one and all that love is all around us to reach for and touch in this precious life that is gifted to us. Part of my heart has flown away today. Speaking of McVie, what are some of her best songs with Fleetwood Mac? Honestly, it was Christine McVie who kept Fleetwood Mac's heart pumping. More often than most, the band fell apart, but throughout it all, she was a solid presence who helped the ensemble stay grounded in their goals. So, let's take a look back at some of her best songs. First up, in no particular order, her song song When the Train Comes Back. In the 1970s, Christine McVie made her name spinning pop radio gold for Fleetwood Mac, but she first joined the group due to her strong affinity for the blues. She created a lonesome lament that blends in right next to the renditions of classics by Freddie King and John Lee Hooker. Although Chicken Shack weren't quite Zeppelin, she later said, "We had an underground following." Her deep, smoky vocals on When the Train Comes Back reveal a rising star. Next up, the 1977 track, Songbird. McVie's vocals in this 1977 ballad are filled with devotion and emotion, making it such a memorable song. She sings, "I wish you all the love in the world, but I want it most of all for myself." The title tune of McVie's most recent album, Songbird, a solo collection, which was released in June, is one of her 4 solo writing credits on Rumours. The only Fleetwood Mac song on a solo album has a brand new orchestral rendition. Nothing compares to the romance of McVie's understated piano music on the original, a song that all Fleetwood Mac fans will remember forever. Additionally, Little Lies is truly iconic. Throughout Fleetwood Mac's heyday in the 1980s, McVie's ability to create some of the best and rewarding songs in musical history was unmatchable. McVie and her then-husband, Eddie Quintella, co-wrote this glistening track, contributing to their band's reputation as one of rock music's most lasting and best-selling acts. Fleetwood Mac was at their peak on Little Lies, with McVie's soft vocal performance complemented by ferocious harmonies and interjections from Buckingham and Nicks, a stunning demonstration of the group's 3 vocalists. Now, the group's most recent top 10 success would be Little Lies. And finally, in other celeb news, Rod Stewart has lost another brother. Here's what you need to know. After losing his other brother Don 2 months prior, Rod Stewart was devastated to learn that his brother Bob had passed away at the age of 88. Bob passed away on Tuesday night, the 77-year-old singer said on Instagram on Wednesday, as Bob joins Don on the great football pitch in the sky. Rod stated that he has lost 2 of my dearest friends in the space of 2 months, and referred to his deceased siblings as irreplaceable companions. With great sadness, I announced my brother Bob's passing last night. He joins my brother Don on the beautiful football field in the heavens, Sir Rod wrote in a memorial. I've lost 2 of my closest friends in the past 2 months. R.I.P. Irreplaceable friends, Don and Bob, says Sir Rod Stewart. Rod received a flood of condolence messages from his fans, with Piers Morgan writing, "How awful. My sincere sympathies to everyone. Bob, R.I.P." In his statement, Rod, who also has 2 sisters, omitted to mention the reason of death. It follows the musician's disclosure in September that his other brother Don passed away at the age of 94, barely 48 hours before Queen Elizabeth II passed away. "It's been a heartbreaking 48 hours, Rod wrote. My brother Don passed away on Tuesday at the age of 94, and Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II passed away today at 96. We hope Rod is feeling okay. He's gone through so much this 2022, facing a lot of loss. But of course, we want to know your thoughts. What did you think when you heard the news about McVie? Which one of her tracks with Fleetwood Mac is your favorite? Do you agree that she truly changed the band for the better? Let us know. Unfortunately, guys, that's all the time we've got for today. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.